चलिए ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है ठीक ठीक So, hello everyone, welcome to Exampur. I hope you're doing well. So, please do join the session as fast as possible. And once request from my side that please once do share the session because it is your 12th fundamental duties sharing the session. So, Virat and Dental World, a very good afternoon. So, today's topic is very important regarding basically it's if we talk about which section IR international relation. Today's topic is from the international relations. So Silky, Soumya, Pratiksha, a very good evening. First of all, do let me know that am I audible and visible? Virat Chaudhary, Radhe Radhe. Yes. Am I audible and visible? Yes, I think I am audible as well as visible. Okay. Vivek, very good afternoon. And Gitanjali Behra, Radhe Radhe. Okay. So first of all, I just want to show you one thing. That is, this is the way where you can download the Exampur application. Okay. Happy Janmashtami, Gitanjali Behra. Okay. And happy Janmashtami to all who joined the session. And one thing, yes, all is clear. First thing, how you can download our Exampur application. So if you go to the Play Store, then type Exampur. Okay, then you have an option regarding the application. First thing, if you get the application regarding Exampur Sarkari Naukri Prep, that is our Exampur official application, and after that install and open the application. Okay, this is the way, this is the process where you can download the Exampur application. And whoever who didn't download this application till now, so please go to the Play Store and download the application. Okay, so today's you are just thinking that, so what is happening, today's we have a PPTs, we have something which is already mentioned in the PPTs. uh, don't need to worry about, because yes, this is the editorial analysis session, and this is the my topic, today's topic. So the context is about regarding the uh, my foreign policy, our foreign policy, not my foreign policy, our foreign policy, and the articles which is written by the Harsh V. Pant. Harsh V. Pant, basically, he is a very great scholar, and also the part of the ORF, Observer Research Foundation. Okay, so you don't need to go into this article because they are very it's just like a context. Okay, so this image is just I just brought out for the context. So what the context we have. Okay, so the topic is about the India's foreign policies. So fun thing, why this topic is in current, or why this topic is in the current context. So basically one reason. What is the reason? So the reason is, today's we have a multiple circumstances, multiple global challenges, multiple changes which is happening in the South Asian countries, or simply we can say the world order scenario. So that's why we have some kind of topic. So let's start the topic in my style. Yes. If you have any doubt till now, please do let me know. Okay. Yes. So the topic is the India's foreign policy. India's foreign policy, that is our topic for today's. India's foreign policy. Okay. So one thing that is we have already discussed something about the India's foreign policy, because as far as I remembered that we have already taken the session regarding India's foreign policy, but in these sessions we have different perspectives, different points regarding the India's foreign policy. So don't need to worry about. So let's start the session. So one thing that you have to at least you have to know one thing, that is you know that recently India's celebrated this 76th Independence Day, and completed the 75th Independence Day. Okay, so recently we have celebrated the completion of the 75 years of our Independence Day. So right now we have lots of challenges regarding our India's foreign policy. So you must need to know about what are the challenges, what are the India's steps towards the Indian foreign policies, what will be the measures in the future according to the circumstances what we have witnessed in today's or in modern era, or simply we can say in the changing scenario in the uh, Asian countries as well as the global world order. Okay, Mridul, very good afternoon. Jai Hind, Aman Singh. Okay, so today's topic is India's foreign policy, and one thing, this topic is basically from here, because after the statement which came out from the side of S. Jaishankar, who is a foreign minister. Sorry, too late. No, you are not late. Not too late, but yes, you are little bit. This is about the what other factors which is basically behind this topic. So we have a Russia-Ukraine conflict. We have recently, you have just also know about that Taiwan and China's conflict. You also aware about the Nancy's Pelosi's, I think the Speaker of the Congress or Lok Sabha of the US also visited the Taiwan also, and this visit intensified the uh, we can say the tension between the Taiwan and the China's. Another thing, the Russia's isolation from other European countries and Western countries. Another point, India's uh, uh, trade deficits, India's neighborhood challenges. There are so many challenges India's have. So in these scenarios, we have a new points regarding the India's foreign policy, new points and new examples and new perspective according to the India, because right now India have a capacity and potential to become a superpower, and some experts predicted that yes, after a few years India can be a developed country. That is that shows another angle. So one thing just I want to tell you, Yes. In these sessions, I just uh, want to explain some dimensions regarding the India's active national interest. Basically, in simple words, we can say India's national interest. Okay. So when we use the word active, active means there are lots of national interest, means numbers of national interest, but active there are fews only. Okay. So first thing, I will deal with the India's active national interest. National interest. Okay. Then I will deal with the moral moral aspects of India's foreign policy. When we use the word moral, ethical, then simply we can say yes, we have to establish the foreign bilateral relations with other countries or multilateral relations with other countries, but we cannot underestimate or undermine the moral aspect of India's foreign policy. So this dimension, this section, that is very important, means moral aspect of India's foreign policy. Yes, Virat, for some days, because in Hindi mediums, there are new courses regarding the NCRT batch. So that's why for some days, for some few days, only few days, some faculties which are on the hold. Okay, so yes, for few days only. But in the English medium, there is no any holding scenarios. So definitely you can join these sessions, and this session basically you have two benefits. I have already told you what are the two benefits. So moral aspect, that is another dimension, and next we will deal with the challenges, current challenges, and next we have a way forward. So here we have a two new dimensions are there, that is a active national interest, and second thing is moral aspect of India's foreign policy. Okay, so these are the two, but challenges, you already know about what are the challenges in today's time and what will be the way forward. Okay, so one by one I will be dealing with this section. Okay, yes, so let's start the one. But before that, I just want to tell you that if suppose I just want to ask one question, one basic difference between the state and the nation. What is the one very basic difference between the state and the nation? So, as I already told you in my 90 days crash course, that is a state that basically have a four component, that is a government, population, territory, and sovereignty. But nation, that is in simply we can say there is a common belief, common belief, common cultures are there. They are the peoples are connected with the same cultural values, is with some spiritualities and some other points may be there. Some languages are there. So if we just compare with these two, then definitely we have a something that for nation there is a no need for territory. For nation there is no need for government. But for the state there is a need of Raj Shakya. Good afternoon. I think Raj Shakya, this is your first class. Huh? So you are also from Hindi medium. So a very warm welcome in my English medium channel. So if you facing some troubles regarding the languages, regarding the vocabs, so please do let me know if any challenges. But I just want to request to all of you, if you have some problem regarding the language, if you are facing some troubles regarding the vocabs, then for few days please be patient. After some days it will be sorted out, because in initially everything when you start anything, then initial phase you must have some problems, you must have to face some challenges, some troubleness. So definitely after some time it will be sorted out. Okay. Second, okay, no problem. So I think you will be continue with this class. So definitely I hoping so. Okay. So one by one, I just try to um, restrict myself that one by one I just explain all of this, because from the management side one thing is coming out, that after some time you may have something different, different in terms of all the faculties have to use uh, some kind of PPTs, some kind of means not fully we have to write something, but from the management side, from the upper management side, the something things which is coming out from their side, yes, all the faculties have to use some PPTs. Okay, so PPTs culture present Himalayan Yogi, very warm welcome. PPTs is I think, yes, definitely we are using, but for some extent we are also used to write in my session, because writing is very important, because you have to write in the mains for 750 marks. So this is not a one day exams, this is not just like a SSC bank or CHSL exam. This is a mains examination, or in the mains examination you have to write for 750 marks. So one thing, just I am just following the something which is coming out from the upper management level. A nation is a group of people with common language, history, culture. Yes, a nation is a group of people means there is only one thing that is similar to the state, that is a people, or we can say population, but having the same culture values, having the same language, having some connected with the common values. Okay, that is okay. So next, so some questions. Yes, please do ask. Silky Shomya, yes. If you have some question, please do ask. Feel free to ask any question regarding anything. Okay. So, but I have some bad habits. That is, I will write here. So first thing, that is India's interest, or we can say the active national interest. So active national interest. Okay. So what is the India's active national interest? So one by one I will give you some point. Yes, but Apurva, internal security. Okay, no problem. Yesterday, I think tomorrow is Saturday, no? Yes. Tomorrow definitely. Tomorrow internal securities. I think we have a 2 to 5 class. I will confirm after some time. I will have 2 to 5 classes for tomorrow. So yeah, tomorrow definitely I will take internal securities classes. I'm a student of part 2. Can we apply UPSC form? No, you cannot apply for UPSC form because if you are pursuing your part 3rd, or simply we can say your last semester, then that time you can pursue. So in part 2 you cannot, but you have a great time and great opportunities to understand what are the UPSC, what we have to just do for my examinations, and what are the loopholes, what are the lacunas which you have to not repeat in your examinations. So you have enough time. Can it be a geographic territory too, sir? Not it necessary at all. So one thing is common, that is a population. Okay, one thing is common, that is population, which is connected, which is binding with some common values or some common culture, some common traditions, some common languages. Okay, but in my class, in our class, because this is not my class, this is our class. Our class means you are also part of this class, and you are also part of this editorial classes. So uh, my contribution is as important as what is your contribution in these classes. Yes, can do fill the forms, but means what if she is not able to attend the means, that is means she is not eligible. Definitely she is not eligible. Okay, so come to the topic. So we have an active national interest. Okay, so what is the what are India's active national interests? So first thing, that is India's realistic diplomacy. What is India's realistic diplomacy? Realistic realistic diplomacy. These two keywords that have a very great meaning. So what are the great meanings? So realistic, that is something which is real. Diplomacy in terms of, suppose India's in this time India has a lots of confidence regarding to face other countries. India's have lots of potential to uh, lead some to lead Asian countries, or to lead the South Asian countries, or to lead the even all over the world. How? Because when Russia Ukraine war was in the news, still they are in the news, but when in the peak in the time, so in that time, all the countries, all the European countries, all the Western countries, all the some Asian countries, means Japan, Australia, all have the eyes to the India. So this thing shows a very great point regarding this India's perspective. How India's importance is India's importance from other countries. That is, right now we have something like we can say, in today's time, in today's era, Western countries and China and some Eastern countries, China, Russia, all the countries, India try to keep their foreign policy in neutral in manner. How India's didn't stand from any side in when the Russia-Ukraine war was in the news. Message retracted, message came out, retracted. Aman Singh, is everything is clear? So one thing that is came out from the S. Jaishankar, foreign ministers, he remarked in the Raisena dialogue. In the Raisena dialogue, he stated that the whole the world, or we can say it is better to engage with the world on the basis of what we are. In this line, the foreign minister tried to uh, say that yes, India's position in this time is very very important, and India's position in the world order as well is very important. Yes, that that is very important thing. Non-alignment policy, yes, but yes, this is another aspect. Non-alignment policy, that is another aspect. So in these sessions, I just want to take for these policies, that in the initial phase, in the Cold War phase, India's trying to keep away from all the from the two poles. Two pole, that means we have a USA pole and we have a USSR pole. After the disintegration of the USSR and disintegrations of the USSR in 15 countries, then India's stand not, we can say, drastically changed, but gradually it has been changed. How? Right now India engaged with USA in form of Quad, in form of bilateral relations, in form of bilateral relations with, in terms of defense, in terms of other equipments. India is also engaged with the Russia in terms of defense trade and defense deal. India also engaged with other European countries like UK. Recently, UK and India's relation was in the news. India also engaged with the Australia. India also engaged with the, as well, the Japan. So that is clearly indicating that yes, India uh, is not uh, strategically following the non-alignment policy, because India's right now, I have been taking some session regarding the NAM to MAM. I think uh, uh, some are theirs is Mridul Vivek and some Aman Singh. Yes, I think recent, I think last week or last couple of week, I have taken the session regarding NAM to MAM. MAM means multilingual, multi alignment. Uh, sorry, MAM movement. Sorry, multi alignment movement means India just try to engage with all of the countries, all of the groups, or that's why we can call the multi alignment movement. So NAM to MAM, NAM means non-alignment movement, to MAM, multi-alignment movement. So I think recent last week or last couple of week I have taken these classes. So first is realistic diplomacy. That is, India have a chance. India has an opportunity to uh, to show that yes, India have a power to make a to make India's as a developed country, to make India's as a leading power, or to lead some other countries as well. So that is realistic diplomacies. In terms of India has a strong military power. Yes, 2 weeks ago. Multi alignment noted. Yes, multi alignment movement. MAM. NAM to MAM. I just NAM to MAM. If the questions is asked about the IR from the India's foreign policy, you must have to mention this term in your mains, in your dimensions, in your body part. Definitely this will fetch you a great, not great marks, this will fetch you extra marks. Okay, now another point is the India tried to balance the power. That is, stand India's neutral stand in terms of the some for, let's take an example of Russia Ukraine. Let's take an example of some other country regarding, suppose where India's interest is in that situations or conditions. For so India's balance of power, or you can write balance of power or neutral power. That is India's active national interest, balance of power. Why India is using balance of power? Because India's know multilingual or multi-alignment, that is very, very important in this today's world order, because this is not the world order uh, as in the past of or we can say in the time of Cold War era, because that situation is different. Because in this time, Chinese or China just come to the front and show their aggressiveness in the South China Sea, as well as the Indo-Pacific oceans. So that's why the hegemony of the Chinese or China is come into the front, and this will become a very big challenge for the India, as well as the USA, as well as the other European countries, for example UK. So maybe you did it in the Hindi channel also. Yes, yes, yes. I think everything is connected. So I think yes, yes. Name to meme. I think in Hindi channel I have taught this one. Yes. Virat Chaudhary, your memory is Awesome. Means you have a grasping power, means good grasping power. So balance of power, next point. Third point is India's economic ties. Economic ties. Economic ties with neighboring countries, economic ties with some European countries, economic ties with Western countries, some Asian countries, and some other island countries. So economic ties, India's active national interest, because India just want to engage in terms of economy, that is with the trade perspective. So the economic ties, that is a next India's active national interest. And the third is multi-aligned approach. Multi-aligned approach means, or you simply can write the multi-alignment movement or approach, that is also fine. So multi-alignment, multi-alignment, aligned approach. What is multi-aligned approach? Approach. If you have any doubt regarding multi-alignment approach or movement, just go to the previous session of my NAM to MAM. So here I just explain all the facts and figures, all the concepts, what are the challenges, what are the way forward, all these things. So if you have just want to go into the depth, not in depth, if you just want to know what about the MAM regarding MM, so you can go through these sessions. So multi-aligned approach, yes, India engaged with different countries. India is even engaged with China in terms of economic ties. So yes, definitely India have a border disputes with China, but otherwise India have a great economic ties with the China, because one negative things are there, that India have a not have has India has a great trade deficit with China. So because we import more and export less, that is create the trade deficit. So economically we have a great engagement with China, but we have a border dispute, we have a strategically disputes, we have other disputes as well in terms of border, in terms of the China's aggressiveness or China's cyber security, China's biological weapons, China's COVID-19, Chinese virus. SU example with China, Russia, yes. So SU, Shanghai Cooperation Organization, that is one organization where India, China, Pakistan, Russia, all are they engaged with the one organization. And other is Quad, Quad basically for USA. India engaged with Quad. India are also engaged with ADP, sorry ADB, Asian Development Bank. India also engaged with BRICS, BRICS where Russia, China also part of this group. So India's these are the examples basically showed that yes, India actively engaged with the uh, different groups or different poles or different nations or different countries. So we have a very numbers of examples. So SU, BRICS, ADB, Quad. Recently, you have heard about I2U2. I2U2. What is I2U2? India, Israel. Israel, no? Israel or yes, Israel. U2 means USA or UAE. So these are four countries. Basically, we otherwise in other language we can call this is a next quad or west quad. Okay, so I2U2 is very important for India's strategic perspective as per the concern. So these are the some groups which basically showed yes, India has a different approach regarding the uh, relations or regarding the bilateral relations, regarding the multilateral relations is concerned. Okay, one thing I just want to add in this section. Yes, India's intervention, or simply you can just write intervention. Intervention, it may be positive intervention, it may be negative intervention. So how you can say yes, UAE, yes, yes, yes. But Abraham Accord, basically, this is a very game changer agreement accord for the Iran, sorry, for the UAE or Israel, because Israel have uh, is a one country that have lots of or numbers of enemies, neighboring enemies. ठीक है? Okay, so yes, definitely the world order is change or changing, we can say, because something is happening which is we cannot expect that yes this can be happen. So noted, I too, you too. Yes, one thing is, I think one thing I just noted that Apurva or Himalaya Yogi, you are noted down you what you think that yes this point may be important. That is a very great strategy. Yes, you have to, if during my explanations or expressing one thing or understanding anything, if you just notice that yes this point may become very important for your mains examination, just please note down. Okay, and yes, some aspirants usually ask some question, sir, we have a lots of content, we have a content like flooding of content in the internet, but sir, why you are not using PPTs? Few students asking these questions, but from my side, single and last answer, one and single last question answer, that is yes, your mains examination is for this for your 1750 marks. So and in 7050 marks you have to write down. So if you have to write down in your hand, in your with your pen, so this is not the one day exam, this is very totally different. Your approach will be different from others examinations. Okay, so you have to write, so if the PPTs impositions, not impositions, if the PPTs are there, yes PPTs are there, maybe PPTs are there, but 70-80% of my sessions will be held according to the previous session, means this way. So intervention are there. Next point I just want to mention here, uh, India's foreign policy, India's first policy or India's foreign policy. India's foreign policy in terms of the we can say India's interest, in terms of the India's uh, military power, in terms of India's populations. So India's foreign policy channelize, or we can say uh, formulate according to the India's strength, or what are the India's strength? Populations, demographic dividend, India's military powers, India's defense power, India's power in terms of service sector. So simply we can say India's foreign policy in terms of population, in terms of something what I just said. Yes, actually, uh, when I write something in the board, just I feel connected. I think you also feeling connected when I just write here, because there is one style, there is one another style. It is I just copy paste some context and some text here, and just I stand up and just explaining something. When I write here, then definitely you also get motivated regarding yes, sir is doing hard work, and just write here in the board. You also motivated that yes, I must have to write because sir is writing here there. So that is a very big things and very good things. So you are writing, you are noted down something what I just write here. That is very important, because in your mains examination you have to write. If you don't write, that is, mains examination is totally based on your writing practice. If you do not write, if you just make PPTs or type something, that is that may be uh, that may be I just not don't want to complete this sentence, because if I will complete this sentence, definitely this will create a very great trouble. So these are the some active uh, foreign active national interest. Okay, India's active national interest. So if you have a 6 points, and if you don't want to hard work further, that's okay, no problem. If you get the question in the mains examination, definitely you have a some point. And one thing very important, you can easily revise this thing. So don't worry about that. Yes, I am with you and always with you. If you have, if somehow suppose we have some ppts, okay, but this ppts is, that's it. In starting 4 to 5 minutes, this ppts has some importance. After that, this ppt is totally a waste. Okay, so now move on the next. I think we have a very less time, so I just want to complete 2 dimension, at least 2 dimension, because 2 dimension is very important. And if suppose I have a very short of time, tomorrow I will complete the left portions, so don't need to worry about that, sir. Why your so India's moral aspect. What is moral aspect? Moral aspect of India's foreign policy. Moral aspect of India's foreign policy. Sumit, very good afternoon, and I am very happy that you joined me live. So, and I think you are also very happy that sir is taking class in completing English. Yes. Uh, so I requested to all of you, whoever join these sessions, that yes, please just or at least try to join in the live session, because in live session I want to interact with you, that yes, you also make some point regarding any dimensions. Because if you just want to make some point regarding any dimension, then definitely you are just thinking about, yes, this is the context, and what will be the positive uh, or what will be the we can say the uh, points which is related to the dimensions. So these things makes you better according to your mains examination, because in the mains examination you have to think, and you have to think and write. So why not just practicing in these sessions? So I just want to train you that yes, this is the real time conditions in your mains examination, and you have to just train your mind that yes, suddenly you got some question, or suddenly you got that yes, this is the point, and you have to think something about. Then suddenly you have to you have to push your mind that yes, I have some question, and I have to think about this, and I have to make some points regarding this dimension. That makes you better. That makes you, or we can say, the that makes or that makes you able to go to achieve your goal. And your goal is Sadhana Yadav. Very good evening. And no, you're not late. You are actually before the time, because I have just left 10 minutes for ending the session. So moral aspects. So what are the moral aspects of India's foreign policy? First, you need to know what are the moral aspect. Moral aspect means, suppose, let's take an example that suppose India want to help the our neighboring countries, for example Sri Lanka. Really, Sri Lanka's got help from India's in terms of economy, in terms of resources, in terms of other basic amenities. But India's intention, suppose India's intention was something uh, different, or something self-centered. In that time, India's moral aspect was not good, as I thinking. Because if India's moral aspect is positive or good, that means India's intention is good. India's intention to good in terms of to help or to export it the wheat to the Afghanistan without any uh, benefits. India's uh, uh, actively engaged with the uh, Bangladesh, actively engaged with the some other nations without any intentions to get back. So that is a moral aspect. Okay. Yes. So moral aspect. So we have a 3 to 4 points regarding these dimensions. So first point you must have to write, that is a India's moral aspect is Panchshil, means 5 virtues. Simply you can write the 5 virtues. Just one, two, yes. 5 virtues, or simply we can say Panchshil. What is Panchshil? Panchshil. Panchshil is basically 5 principles of 5 virtues. So what are the 5 virtues? So first, that is a very important, that is mutual respect for each others, mutual respect for each other's countries. Means India respect for the other nations, but other nations must have a respect for India. Okay, but India's have a one thing. India's have a one thing, that is India respect other nations except some nations, that is Pakistan, that is China. But India's always want that, yes, if I do respect to you, please get back some respect, not in equal, not need to equal, but somehow you have to respect other nations as you getting. Yes, yes. Class of answer writing up to this. Second thing is mutual non-aggression. Means in the recent times, the China shows aggression towards the some island nations, some South Asian nations, for example, Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, some island nations are there. So India's the second virtues or principle is that for the Panchshil, that India's non-aggression. India cannot show aggression towards the neighboring countries or towards the any other island countries. So second. Third is the mutual interference. What is mutual interference? Mutual interference is the when you interfere to other countries, yes, other countries can interfere. I mean, this is a negative connotation. That is when Chinese nations, when China interfere in the border areas, definitely India will interfere. Definitely, definitely India will be interfere if any nation try to interfere. For example, Uri attack. We just reacted with very great uh, impact with to the nation Pakistan. Second is the CRPF attack, Galwan Valley disputes, border disputes. So if you interfere, then India also retaliate, or India also retaliate or react to these activities. So mutual non-interference, equality and mutual benefits, equality and mutual benefits, or simply you can say equal benefits. Equal benefits, that means in terms of trade, if there is should not be any place for trade deficit, means what you just import you export as well in same numbers, in simple we can say. And last one is peaceful coexistence. Peaceful coexistence means you also live in peace in manner, peace and safety, but I have also right in peace. If you just want to pinch to other nations, for example Pakistan, just always you have, but recently there are you have uh, uh, no any news regarding the ceasefire. So if Pakistan break the ceasefire, that is basically, yes, the peaceful coexistence breakdown. So that time India's can react. Okay, are you understanding my point? Are you understanding my point? So uh, Virat, Satna, Silky, Vivek, Mridul, Virat, Aman, and anything else? So are you getting my point? What I am just trying to understand. Next one is Vasudev Kutumbakam. Vasudev Kutumbakam. That is, whole world is a one family. Whole world is a one family. If you write something, if you write Vasudev Kutumbakam, you must have to explain in single words, that single, not single words, in single sentence. Whole world is one family. Okay, whole world is one family. Next, yes, Apurva, yes, you are right. Yes, Sumit, you are also there. So Vasudev Kutumbakam, that is a Sanskrit word, Vasudev Kutumbakam. Okay. Next thing, moral aspect. You have also heard about that India's assistance to Afghanistan in terms of providing wheat, in terms of providing basic amenities, in terms of providing vaccine diplomacy. Okay, so next word is assistance. Assistance, basically it is a positive word, assistance. Okay, uh, if you just want to substantiate this word, you must have to mention the example. For example, India's export of wheat to the Afghanistan, India's vaccine diplomacies, India's economic uh, uh, helps to the Sri Lankas. Recently, you must have witnessed India's assistance to the Bangladesh, India's assistance to the Bhutan, India's assistance to the Nepal countries. So that is the example. But you don't need to mention all the examples. You only mentioned the burning example that was in the news recently. So assistance, that is a next point, and all the 3 points, that is a moral. I have another point also, but these points are moral aspect, shows the moral aspect of India's foreign policy. Okay. Next is yes, self study is very important part of your preparation. But one thing, yes, means every persons must have some priority. Means you uh, just want to attend some classes, okay, no problem, but you set a priority. Yes, these classes I must give some priority, and I must attend these classes. That is it. But self studies has no substitute. So self study has greater than my class. What is your name? I think in the title of the event, my name is showing that is Sanjeev sir. So my full name is Sanjeev Nayak. Okay. Yes. Last and fourth point is the uh, positive approach. So positive approach in terms of, for example, let's say we have a during COVID-19, India's vaccine diplomacy. That is a positive approach, because India in that time, yes, there is definitely one commercial reasons are there, because India's means in the vaccine diplomacies, India's 50%, it means just data showed that India's 50% the vaccines distributed to the different countries, that is for the commercial basis, but another 50% which is for the uh, let's take in grant, okay, or we can say simply free. So positive approach or positive steps, you can also use positive approach or steps. Okay, you can also write steps towards the other nations. For example, let's take vaccine diplomacy. Other examples may have let's say the assistance regarding the wheat. Okay, assistance regarding the wheat. And the next point will be And the next point will be the Sri Lanka's economic assistance. Okay, so you may put the example or substantiate this point with some data, some examples what you have. Okay, so that's it. So I think we have left two dimensions, that is challenges and the way forward. So these two dimension I will complete in tomorrow's sessions. Tomorrow basically we have a marathon session, but initially I just I will do complete my left portions. After that I will start internal security portion. Okay, so the internal security, that is very important. Yes, Arugya Setu app also made open source so the nations can take inspiration. Yes, Arugya Setu, yes, but this is not means basically yes, other nations can take an inspiration, but this is not means we can say the yes, last we can in last we can use this point, but I think in moral aspect this is not suitable for this dimension, because in moral aspects we have some point regarding the yes, India's intention is very fair and good. India's intention was good in terms to help other nations. So yes, this makes other nations to inspire from India, that is yes, India has a Aluk Setu app. So okay, so yes, don't go anywhere, because right now in 4 p.m. At 4 p.m. we have another session regarding the answer writing. So answer writing sessions we have two question. So please do join the that session also. So hurry up, jump to the other session, and I will meet there. Okay, so thank you so much.